So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Mercury in the 11th house of your D10 Dashamsha chart. As in what happens when Mercury is in the 11th house of D10 Dashamsha, which is one of the most important charts in Vedic astrology related to your obligation to society and how your karma is being executed in workspace, all the nitty-gritty details of your workspace. And as always, if you do not know, if you have this particular position of Mercury in the Dashamsha, along with all your astrological details, for that, check out the links here, KRSastrology.com, where you'll find my books, reports, consultations, and a link to my academy, Maka Vedic Astrology Academy, where you will learn all the hidden secrets of Vedic astrology. So, let's start with Mercury in the 11th house of your D10 Dashamsha chart. With Mercury in the 11th house, one thing you will see that this is the person that will gain their recognition, their achievements, their awards through communication. The more they communicate, the more they rise in life. The more they attend conferences, committees, after work parties, before work parties. For them, they have to execute this communication plan in order for them to excel in life, to be recognized. The second thing, the way they get recognized is by their attention to administrative duties, the paperwork, the receipts, keeping things organized. Because you never know how you will be recognized with this. Because if, let's say, you keep yourself organized at all times, perhaps somebody who went with a meeting with you forgot their copy of something and you had it because you were organized. They recognize and then they're like, wow. If it wasn't for them, I would have been doomed today. Same thing, like a manager, is looking in the office for this particular manual that they got of this new copier and nobody find it, but you kept it because you saw it laying somewhere, you organized it. Like, oh, I saved it here. Here it is. And they recognize this, like, wow, this person just pays attention to all these paperwork because that's what Mercury is. Mercury is administrative duties. So even though you could be a lawyer, you could be a paralegal, you could be a software engineer, these small things will always kind of help build your reputation. The other thing we also see, because Mercury represents multiplicity, okay? Like Brad. So like how Mercury represents multiplicity, they will know multiple sources, multiple type of people in their life. Meaning they're not just going to know somebody from their own work field. If they're a software engineer, they might know somebody in VFX, in some Hollywood studio, because they met with this person and they just took their information. And they may help somebody else who they run into at one point in their life who wants a job in a VFX. And they're like, I know somebody. I will email them and have them give you a call. Maybe they can interview you. Now, of course, if Mercury is damaged in the Dashamsha, what's going to happen is this person will not be able to utilize their communication. They will either feel shy, they will get panic attack, they will feel nervous about communicating and going to large crowded places. And this is something you're going to have to force yourself to do. Because you got to understand one thing, I am that way too. Whether I go to a wedding, whether I go to a conference, whether I go somewhere else, I like being by myself. I like to observe things more than engage into things. But if somebody comes and talks to me about something and I do know it, I'll reply and say yes. And if that conversation kind of becomes interesting, the next thing you know, I would be like, oh, 40 minutes have gone and I'm still talking to this person. Hey, you did good, Kapiel. I'll say that to myself. Because yes, there are people who are aloof like me, who are introverted like me. No matter whether I go to a restaurant, whether I go to some sports bar, people want to engage with each other in a conversation. And I'm like, I'll sit on the very side where nobody can communicate with me. Because I'm just there either to watch some game or just to chill and relax. But you have to sometimes force yourself to do this. And there are certain remedies, for Mercury. But of course, we have to see what sign it's in. And, I have to also see through my software what constellation it's in, so this way I can better help people. But this is what Mercury does, and especially Mercury here also shows you will be a friend to your subordinates. Very strong relationship with the subordinates. Subordinates will actually help you because you will be like their friend instead of their authoritative boss. Unless, of course, Saturn or Mars is somehow impacting this Mercury, then it becomes a different thing. Then it's a completely different thing. But it's just Mercury. Perhaps if benefits are there, you will see. You will first of all have many subordinates under you if you get to that position. And at the same time, you'll be an excellent communicator with them, and they'll be like your friend. So they will help you in the time of need. Okay? So anyway, guys, this was my analysis of Mercury in the 11th house of the Dashamsha chart. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss these type of videos. If you want to know where your Mercury is placed along with all your astrological details, check out the links here, astrology or KRSchannel.com. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.